another session of the development of my action-packed action game. I've been working off stream and decided to stream today because it helps me stay locked in when I'm not really feeling like it. I did quite a bit of work. I'm just trying to make sure my audio is working. Yeah, my audio is good. Yeah, so I did quite a bit of work on. Actually, let me do this real quick. There we go. I did quite a bit of work off stream and made some considerable progress with aiming down the sights and partially implementing a first person mode. I would like to, so I'm just checking audio levels, making sure that my stream is running correctly. Alright, yeah. Wait. Yeah, it seems to be running good. If you hear echo, it's because I'm just trying to make sure my stream audio is good. But I think the music's too loud. Alright. Yeah, I did partially implemented a first person mode when you aim down the sights. So yeah, that's why this is here. I was testing aiming down the sights. I should probably show you guys what I've been doing off stream before I start with all the madness that comes with developing a game. So wait for this asynchronous loading to complete. What you see now, that's the crosshair, or rather where you're aiming at. That's the sphere that you're seeing right now. That sphere right there, that's where you're aiming. One for the character. Alright. So when I aimed on the sights, this is what I have so far. This is with the LPVO sight, which is basically a sniper, one of the sniper sights. But I want to be able to implement like a aiming down sight so that a mode so that you can aim down the sights like this if you want, and you can aim down the sights let's see, where is it? Here it is. And you can aim down the sights like this, right? So this is the third person aiming down the sights mode that I'm enabling right now. Wait. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot to disable this. This is an implementation I've implemented. So this is the third person aiming down the sights. Alright. Oh yeah, I also implemented like the smoking barrel mechanic. If you shoot too much without, yeah, I gotta fix that hand. But so this is this is aiming down the sights while you're running in third person. You can aim down the sights and shoot in third person, which is basically like hip firing. And then you can also do it while you're walking, right? And I ran out of ammo. And then so those are the two modes I have: running while you're aiming down the sights, running while you're firing, and then walking. I'm actually shooting myself right there. I gotta fix that. Walking and doing it. And then I wanna add a first person aim down sights mode, so that you can actually enter like a first person mode like this. Of course, when you run, it's gonna disable. Why is it? Oh, it's because of this is disabled. It should be closer. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know if the distance should be this far away from the scope. Oh, it should be. It should be this close. I'm not sure, but I guess through playtesting, we'll figure that out. I know some scopes will have it further back, but for the LPVO scopes, like the sniper scopes, I don't know if players will want it this close or further back. So, these are the, and then of course when you start running, I want to disable this because, this aiming down sights mode. And of course when you roll, it's a lot of movement. I don't like that as well. I have to disable aiming down sights when you're let me see. Yeah, when you're rolling and doing movements like parkour and stuff, it's a lot of movement. So that's what I've developed off stream. Today, what I want to start with is actually, I found some bugs that I want to figure out. I want to resolve, but I want to also, oh, I forgot to show you guys. I implemented a thermoscope, which is pretty sick. So the thermoscope is only enabled with a thermoscope. The thermal vision rather is only enabled with the thermoscope. I disabled all the other weapons because I'm just testing it. I'm testing all the sights on one weapon just to make it easier. So thermal vision is only enabled with this scope. Got the thermoscope. And I should probably, oh, I need to actually, I disabled it. Let's see. What I just did there was I would just enabled it because I had it disabled for testing. So I enabled it back so that we actually have a thermal vision. And you see, We have thermal vision. There's 3 different modes. I have to implement the different modes, and I implemented this this thermal vision by basically created a, let me see. So the scope, first of all, this scope that you see, this first person scope that you see, is a dynamic material instance that I created here. So I have a dual render system that basically gets your, I put all the notes here so you can read it for yourself if you want. But basically right here, we're moving the center of the scope based on the distance that the character's camera, first person camera that's being set. Actually, I don't want to confuse you guys because it will take forever. Basically, I'm creating 2 cameras here. This is a dual render camera and the active scope camera, right? So when you go to first person, the camera behind the sight that we're looking through, that's the scope camera, and then there's a camera in front of the sight, and I can actually show you. So this is the camera in front of the sky, in front of the sight. Actually, I need to. Enable aiming so I don't have to, if I press L and exit the playable character. Oh, there we go. Okay, so okay, it doesn't want wait. Okay, it doesn't want me to do it that way, so I'll do it this way. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to exit out and then restart. And I'll do it from this viewport, the big one. There we go. Okay, so okay, it's not showing the sphere when I exit out. Let's see. Let me try. Let's try this one. I basically want to show you guys the 2 cameras that's there. And we can maybe this will appear. And then for this one, let's just, oops. Sorry guys. I want to show you guys where the cameras are. Alright. Okay, it's not. Maybe it's because of, let me try it this way. Maybe when I open it in a new window, it doesn't want to do it. Okay, so we see it right there. As soon as I exit out, it is not visible. Let me try. This is the madness I was talking about. It comes with game development. Or rather, just software development. Things that work. Sometimes you make a change and it stops working. Okay, so we see it there. If I exit out, it's not there, and it's only locally controlled. So We won't see it in this other character's view right here. Anyway, there's a I'll just explain it to you this way. So there's a camera basically right here, and there's a camera right here, right? And wait a minute, I think it's not working because I have, actually I don't know if this is wise. Let me just try it. Because I really want to show you guys. Alright, okay, now it's working. It's because I had two players. I guess I didn't know where to draw it. But because there's a camera right here, and there's a camera right here. Wait, let me make sure that camera's in the right. Debug is in the right spot. Yeah, it is. So, and I can actually re-enable this. Right. So there's a camera where the eye basically is of the character, and there's a camera in front of the sight. And when you're aiming down the sights, that's what you look the material you see right here. It's dark because it's a thermoscope, of course, but the material you see here is a here it is. I created basically a material that gets the position of this camera where this debug sphere is, and it, you know, it calculates the this thermal doesn't have that effect. Basically it's a as an effect that for the lens, the shadow that you see around the lens when you're moving around, how it moves to the left, to the right, up and down, and then it closes in and moves further, closes in and opens up as you're moving. It's basically called call it an eye relief, because it's basically it's showing like the relief that your eye has towards the scope while you're moving, you know, so it offsets this texture, which is basically just blackness. It offsets, first of all, we're only applying this texture inside the scope, and then we're calculating a mask as you're moving closer and further away to open up and move the mask based off of these variables that are set in each scope. Each scope has a set of variables that determine, you know, how much eye relief, tolerance, and movement the scope is capable of, right? And I hope I'm not losing you guys in this explanation. And of course, we have the reticle as well, and this does the same thing with the reticle, except it doesn't actually close in and open up the reticle. It just moves it left and right and up and down as you're moving. So well, I'm doing it during, I need to actually disable this real quick so you can actually see the effect. Oh no, thermoscopes don't have that effect because it isn't in real life. Thermoscopes, they're electronic based, so they don't have the shadow effect that regular scopes have. That's why you don't see it here. That's why the scope is really the sight on the scope is nice, and there's no like digital alignment, misalignment going on as I move around. It's like really fixed and set because it's using sensors. At least from the research that I did, it uses sensors to capture light, and then it displays this. It displays what we see here electronically. So, regardless of whether you're looking at the scope from an angle or not, it's like looking at a TV screen. There's no like scope shadow or anything because it's displaying it as a projection, right? And those are those characters over there, of course, are these characters. So what was I saying? Anyway, yeah, that's how the dual rendered material that we see here is produced. And then for the thermoscope, I'm using a post process material that I place in the volume, in the post process volume, which is all the way down here, right? You don't have, oops, what am I doing? I pressed something. I pressed G. Meant to press F. It's like it's hidden, right? The volume is right there. And I applied the post process material here. And so if you apply it here, right, then you'll see that it applies it like to the whole world, right? So we don't want to do that. We want to composite it so that it's only visible when we're aiming down the sights, right? So what I did to do that is, and actually this is what I did with the regular sight as well, that's not thermal vision. I created a class. Where is it? Did I close it? Yeah, I did close it. Let's see. Class derived from viewpoint client. I'm trying to find it. There it is. I should probably actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just let's see, let's create the header. And alright, so I created a class derived from viewpoint client, and this class right here is let's see, right here. This is where you set it in your project settings. And this class is basically responsible for rendering what you see in the viewport, right? Let's see, I want to, all right, there we go. Yeah, so this class is responsible for rendering what you see in the viewport. So I'm basically I overrid, is it overrid or overrode? Anyway, the function draw, I'm overriding it, and I am basically getting what we see in the camera that I showed you guys in these two cameras. Actually, let me disable this. I'm getting what we see in these two cameras, the camera behind the scope and in front of the scope. If it has thermal vision, we're using this material If it doesn't have it, we're just using this material. And these materials are being set, of course, in here. So as we get the view from the camera, actually, let me write these notes so that, because I did want to write the notes. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna write some notes for these functions. And as I write the notes, you guys can probably understand it better than me just blabbering away. Is my audio still good? Testing, testing. Yep, all right. So this function, this basically keeps the okay, so since this is running during runtime, of course, and it's like tick, this viewport client has to keep the objects that are referenced in it. So for example, like the pointers, and I believe just the pointers, it has to keep them active during garbage collection. So that's what this function is doing right here. So I can just write keep the persistent scene view state alive during garbage collection, right? Because when it's getting garbage collected, these pointers and the materials, they go null. I don't know why they go null, but they go null. So I'm basically just keeping them alive, right? And then we have this function here. Of course, this is self-explanatory. We're calling this from this object here. Let me undo these debugs. We're calling this from this function here. And this function is called when you aim from the weapon attribute component, which is here. So when you aim, this function is called from the combat component, right? That's what we're doing here. Well, actually, we're going to the weapon first, and then the weapon is calling this function here, right? So we go to the weapon that we have, and then we're calling this function right here, right? And then when we call that function, ultimately we end up calling this, whether we're aiming or not, we're calling activate or deactivate in the object, the scope camera object. But right now this is just a base class because I don't have any other functionalities for this object. Calling activate, and then when we activate it, we spawn the camera. If it's not valid, if it is valid, then we just we update the location of the camera and set the view target and all the respective variables. And if otherwise, we deactivate the scope. And if it is a dual render scope, so this is what I was talking about. If the weapon does not have a sight behind it, if the weapon does not have a scope, and it's just using iron sights, then we'll just spawn the camera that we're looking through right here, the first person camera, because we don't need to display any rendered scene, right? So we're just spawning this camera that we're looking through. And look at that. The right side of the scope is acting up. I need to fix that. I don't know what's going on with that. Look at that. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, we just spawning one camera if we don't have any sights, and we're getting the so we're just doing this right here. Now if we do have a sight, which we do have right now, we're spawning the second camera, which is in front of the site, and then getting the viewport client, which is the custom class that I created, and then checking to see if we have if we're using thermal. If we're using thermal and we have a material set in the thermal asset, in the thermal scope asset, this one, the post process, and then we're setting that material here in the object viewport client that I created. Where is it? Here it is. But if we don't have a thermal scope, then we are just activating the dual render scope, right? So only if we have a thermal rendered scope, thermal enabled scope, we're activating it with this material, which is being injected into the viewport client. Otherwise, we just activating the regular scope that looks through the front, that's positioned in front of the lens, in front of the scope, looking forward and getting that rendered view and putting it into the material. That's yikes. That's right here. Right. So let me continue writing these notes before I move on. This function, of course, it handles, activating, testing, trying to see if testing. D4R 1US says, "What's up, bro? How long have you been working on this game?" What's up, man? How you doing? Hope everything's going well with you. I've been working on this since maybe, it's hard to give you an exact time that I started working on it, because it grew from, like, I wasn't planning on working on a game, but I guess the best way to say is to look at this right here. So 2 years ago, when I first started, I developed like a third-person system, and after I got like a third-person multiplayer shooter system, and then after I got like acclimated to that, like network application and shooting weapons and projectiles and whatnot, I moved on to like locomotion, parkour movement and replicating that, and raycasts and whatnot, math. And then after I got this acclimation and this knowledge down, I just put them together and started working on this game. So I guess 2 years, because that's when this was uploaded 2 years ago. And yeah, there's no exact date. Oh, so October 19th or October 15th to 2023 is when I actually started like learning all this stuff, and then I started putting it together into an actual game. Let's see. So this is when I guess I started putting together to make a game on this date, September 4th. Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah, September 4th. So it's been a good minute. Nice, bro. It's really nice. To be honest, I give up on most of my projects in like give up on most of your projects in like 2 weeks. Yeah. I mean, I was just having fun at first. It wasn't like anything serious. I just wanted to learn Unreal Engine and C++. So it wasn't anything like serious. So it was really nothing. It was nothing for me to give up on it. Um, just wanted to learn, right? If you're just doing something for fun, then it's really hard to like just give up on it because you're enjoying it. I think if you stress about it and you're thinking too much about it, um, and also like I'm not gonna just say I've been working on like C++ and Unreal Engine. I was also animating, so just learning game development in general and just 3D art, um, is what I enjoy doing, right? So I was also like animating and developing animations and stuff. So I wasn't just working on the third person shooting crap in Unreal Engine. I was animating and doing other stuff at the same time, just for fun, right? So it was easy not to give up on it because I was just doing what I wanted to do at the respective time. So I just came back to this and went back to animation, went back to creating, and kept jumping back and forth. And then until I learned enough, and I was like, I can make a game now with everything I learned, man. But giving up on stuff after like a short amount of time, there's no problem with that. It just means you're not really like into what you're doing. You just have to find what you really like, and what you learn when you on your projects that you paused. I wouldn't say you gave up on it. I think a better way to think about it is that you just paused working on it, right? Because you wanted to learn something else, and that's exactly what I was doing. Like I'll animate, and I'll be like, I don't want to animate anymore. Then I'll start working on Unreal Engine, and I'll be like, all right, I don't want to work on this anymore. I want to go work on creating characters, and then I'll be jumping around until you know you have enough knowledge that you're like, all right, I could put everything together now into one project, and so that I can jump around in this one project, right, while still making progress. And that's the beautiful thing about solo deving a game, is that if you get sick of creating logic, all right, I don't want to create any more logic. I want to create characters or weapons or environments. All right, I'm sick of that. Let's go back to logic. All right, no more logic. Let's work on optimizations for the materials and whatnot. So it's not like you're giving up. You're just moving around to keep yourself interested. But I hear what you're saying, man. I did the same thing. I just had I would I just had a different mindset. I wasn't giving up on it. I was just like, I'll come back to it later. So you're good, man. If your projects are related, then you can always just collect and use that information that you learned to make a bigger project, right? That involves that information. Raj Codes Z. Hey, what's up? Hey, I was just talking to B4R 1US about um like when I started developing this game and whatnot, but um staying interested and big projects that take a long time. But right now I'm just writing the logic. Oh, writing comments on the logic that I developed off stream, which is for this um dual rendered system that I have. For the scope that are in the game. So I developed a dual rendered scope system that basically, well, this is thermal vision, of course. This so like different scopes have different properties for the dual render system, right? This is thermal vision scope, and then we have my computer's acting up, and then we have like the different scopes, like a LPVO scope or a red dot holographic scope, no scope, which is basically just iron sights. I developed a system to render or get that viewpoint into. I gotta work on this layout because it's like compressing, but it's not compressing correctly as the screen size changes, the aspect ratio. And then like right, oh wait, gotta fix that. It's just delay. Yeah, it's lagging on stream. Oh, it's still lagging. It's lagging right now. I don't see it lagging. You guys see it lagging? I have the stream running on another PC and I don't see it lagging. There's a delay, but I don't see the lag. GPU usage should be alright on my end. Yeah, I'm good on GPU. I'm only using 61%. But there is a delay. Like I see your messages and I respond to your messages, and then I guess you guys hear like 30 seconds. You hear my response like 30 seconds later. So like what you hear now, I said it probably like 30 seconds ago. I'll fix the delay like next stream. But I don't see it. I don't see any problems with. Hold on. Yeah. I'm not dropping frames or anything. Everything's fine. So I'm sorry, like if stuff's all messed up on your end. I'll see if I can fix it next stream. Yeah, but yeah, this is what I'm working on now. Just implementing like first person mode, right? And it looks pretty bad right now because I have to disable the I have to disable this, like the body mesh. I have to hide the head and the hair when you go to first person. But I'll work on that after I finish writing the notes. But yeah, this is what I have so far. Okay. You are from the future. Yeah. Dude, if I could go back in time, there would be so many things. There's so many things I would not do in my life. I wish I was from the future. All right, let me continue writing these notes. I do my best to answer your questions on time or as soon as I see them. But sometimes I just get locked in and I sometimes forget to look at the other screen. So this activates the dual render scope, stores its camera and initialize. I'm trying to initializes. I think I spelled that correctly. The render target. All right, and then we can move on to this function. I mean, this is I don't need to write it for all these like. For this is like, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but I'll just do it anyway. Disables dual rendering and releases the active scope camera reference. Okay. The active there we go. All right. This one actually I'm not gonna write it for these like straightforward functions. I'll just write notes for the ones that when I want to look back at in the future, I'll easily I'll be able to read like the notes and know what I was trying to do. This one, okay. Returns true only when the scope camera I'm gonna write this when the dual render scope camera is valid and dual rendering is enabled. All right. Okay, this is do I need to? Yeah, I'll write it for this as well, because I don't know like if I'm gonna modify this in the future. Nah, I'm not gonna write it for the like these are pretty straightforward. This one needs it though. I might need to know what I was trying to do here. Stores the optional thermal vision post process material used only by the dual render scene view. Okay. And this one set dual render scope camera thermal post process dynamic render material. That's a gnarly name. This one is let's see. No, I put that one in the wrong spot. This is supposed to be here. That's what I meant to do. Yeah. And this one, okay, we're overriding draw here. Okay. What do I write here? Draws the normal player viewport first. And I'm trying to write okay, so draws the normal player viewport first. Then renders the additional scene view when enabled. Okay. Almost done. Alright, this is when it gets kind of gnarly. This creates the scene view. The render target rather. Not this initializes the render target. Creates the square texture. Why is this space here? That's I'm not sure if I spelled this right. Receives, R-E-C-E-I-V-E-S. Sure, that's how you spell it. Sometimes I'm not right with my spelling. That receives the separ. Sure, that's an A. Separ. Separ. I feel stupid. Separately. Dang it. Separately. Creates the square texture that receives the separately rendered scope view. And then I can write notes for each one of these, I guess. This one is use an 8-bit RGBA render target for the scope image, and this one is, let's see, we are clearing unused portions portions of the render target. All right, to black, right? Because we only want to see what we see in the scope, right? So if we're not using it, what's not in the sight here needs to be black, right? and auto generate MIPS. We are, I'm right, actually MIP maps are necessary because the scope is rendered directly every frame, and right here, all right, create a square render target using the configured scope. Scope, is it scope resolution? Oh yeah, I'm not sure if it's the viewport resolution or scope. I think it's scope. Yeah, scope resolution. All right, and we set this to 1024. Okay, I can make it higher, but I don't think it's gonna matter because the scope's not that big, right, on screen. I mean, it's big on screen, but it's not like the camera is generated. What am I trying to say? Fuck it. Excuse my language, guys. Let me just try a 4K. What's 4K? 3096. We'll try 4K for now. Even though I think that's overkill, but actually what I'm gonna do is I'll put that right there, and then I'll put this right here to see if it makes a difference. I'll test it after I finish writing these notes. And this just sets the gamma. I put this I'm setting the gamma here. If I put it to like the viewport gamma, I mean, if I don't do it this, wait, I commented out all of it. Did I why did I comment that out? Huh. Yeah, so the gamma, the reason why I put this, I don't know why I commented it out. Is because like in positions, like if I go over here, like it's darker. Wait, yeah, you see like when you look through the scope, it's darker than in the world. So I put the gamma there to like for that correction. So I don't know why I commented it out. I think I did this by accident. You see, if you look at the difference now, I also changed the resolution. So I don't know if it's gonna crash. Still a bit darker than the world. And it's a bit blurry too, but if I put this, for example, you'll see that it's a lot lighter. It's not a lot lighter, but I think there's a considerable difference, right? Let me actually make it full screen. Actually, I think that's why I disabled it because it didn't make a difference, but it did before. Yeah. I'll just disable it for now. And actually, I'm gonna change this back to 1024 because I don't see a difference. Okay. This last one, I'm gonna write. Immediately creates and or actually yeah, creates slash updates. It's not and or, it's creating and updating the underlying rendering resource. Okay. And pretty much almost done. Me just finish writing these last bit of notes. Start from right here. Oops. This one is start with the same show flags as the main viewport. Yeah, as the main viewport. Okay, where do you write notes here? This one right here. All right. Keep the post processing enabled for effects such as thermal vision. And right here we could write create a separate view family whose wait is it yeah I'm sure it's this whose I forgot how to spell whose for a second, whose output is the scope render target, whose output is the field render scope target. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. And then we'll skip right here. And I'll write build the actual camera view that will be rendered into the scope texture. And then right here I can write use full resolution rendering when no screen percentage implementation exists. And we can skip. Yeah, we'll put it right here. Submit the completed scope. Scene view family context to Unreal Engine's render. Okay, and last but not least, all right, almost done. This function is, I'm gonna write, what am I gonna write here? Builds the F used to render the world from the dual render scope camera. Hate writing notes, but it pays out in the end when you come back to this, like after like a year. Like, what the heck was I doing, or what was this supposed to do? And this is get the scope cameras location and actually location, rotation, and field of view, and yeah, and post process settings. Let's see. Yeah, and then this one right here. Clip plane, let's see. Very small clip plane. Excuse me. Very small near clip plane to avoid clipping with a character. Let's see, what should I write? Yeah. Let's see, clipping with a character and weapon. Clipping with the character and weapon. Yeah. There's nothing else that I clip with, right? Yeah. Character and weapon. Let me see. Because you can see through the world. Oh yeah, right. But it doesn't clip though. Yeah. Next we have, let's see, right here. Maintain persistent temporal view state, information between rendered scope frames. My music stopped. And then right here, I'm gonna write the scope uses a square viewport matching the render target resolution. Okay. Right here, convert the camera rotation into the coordinates system expected by fscene view. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. And right here, right, build the perspective projection matrix using the scope field of view, scope camera field of view. Yeah. And this is allow active engine view extension to modify the scope's projection and yeah. Let's see, what do I write here? Initialize the information required to construct the scope fscene view. Okay. I'm not writing it line for line. That's gonna take way too long, man. This is begin constructing the scopes final post-process settings. Okay. All right. Apply post-process settings. Configured on the dual render camera, and I am doing this where is it? Right here. Actually, no. I'm doing that there, and I'm also doing it. Let's see. I don't think I'm doing anything here. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not doing. Oh, no. I'm doing it here. No, not right there. Where is it? Properties. I had a function I created. Here it is. But this just handles the material, so I don't know if this actually counts. No, I don't think I'm gonna include that. I was gonna include the address, but I'd probably just include this address right here. Apply post-process settings configured on the dual renderer. And then I think this is gonna be the last one I write. I don't want to write any more notes. This is gonna be inject manually. I think that's how you spell manually. Is one L or two L's? Yes. I think it's two L's. Manually inject the optional thermal post process material into this scope view only. Yeah, and then I'm gonna skip it down here. I'm gonna write finalize the scope post process yeah, whatever. And then last but not least, add completed. Scope view to the scene view family. Let's see. Add the completed scope view to the scene view family context. Actually, yeah, so that Unreal Engine renders it. And this should be this is pretty much self-explanatory. And we're not doing any more notes now. All right. Oh, okay. I can go ahead and close this. What did I want to do? I can. Oh, let me see if my audio is still good. Testing. Testing. Yeah, it's good. Okay. All right. Oops, I went to full screen by accident. Just trying to figure out why I couldn't exit out. So, oh yeah, I need to actually crap. Let me put this right here and put this right here. So when I changed my classes and my projectiles and stuff, they don't have like, you see there's no bullet. You don't see any impact or anything, right? I changed my classes and projectiles and stuff. I need to fix that. And it's not aiming correctly either. Like, you see? I need to actually update that. Let me get rid of this automatic aiming. Okay. And I actually want to... Sorry, I was putting my volume down because I could hear myself on the other screen. All right. So I need to fix that quickly. Let's go to I need to, all right, so I need to go to my weapons. Start here. Wait, no, not the customizable weapon. I need to go to let's see where here they are. What the hell? Oh, excuse my language, guys. It's right here. These are the old implementations. See, these weapons here are they're these weapons here, right? Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna have to delete these because they're not working with the new system. But basically, what I want to do is I need to set these variables. Let's see, so that we get like the bullet effect and all that. We need to set. I can delete this. I'm not using this anymore. The fire effect. When I'm firing, it's not playing any muzzle flash because wait, I'm in the wrong I'm sorry guys. I think I am. It's not the actual weapon, it's the projectiles that I need to edit. Because when I'm firing, I'm pretty sure my special effects is set correctly. So I need to edit the, let me see. Oh yeah, we see this suppressor firing. All right. So I need to edit the projectile, not the actual weapon. Because we're getting the special effects from the weapon. The projectile is what we need to edit. This holds the bullet and the box component that determines the hit result. Got the impact sound. I'm gonna do sounds next after I finish this customization, so I'm not gonna implement that. I need the impact particle and also tracer particle. So this should be. Alright, let's get this. I have a weapon pack I can get it from. Let's see. Where is the weapon packs? Here it is. Either one of these. Let's see, tracer. This is the assault rifle. So we're gonna use this tracer and the impact particle. I'm gonna dynamically set this, because based off of what you hit, I'm gonna use different ones, right? We have stone, wood, metal, right? But for now, I'll just put this. And then we can test it out real quick. I have to reset this because I changed the classes, like I said, variable names. So make sure it's replicated. Oh no, this isn't. Wait, did I set on the right class? I did. Where is that class? I need to move this. Let me move them up here so I don't have to keep messing with this. Let's see. Yeah. It should be working. Hold on. Let's see why it's not working. This projectile bullet. Oh, I think I'm doing it on the super call on component hit. Yeah. Okay, spawn impact particle. Yeah, so this should be getting called. And this as well, because I just set both of these. I just shot myself. Gotta fix that as well. Yeah, it's not getting called. Why is it not getting called? Is the hit being registered? Yeah. Okay. If impact particle system is valid, this should be valid. Okay. And then we're setting this component. So this is getting called, and then we're getting in here. But we're not coming in here. Is it because it's getting destroyed before, like... Hold on. Let's see if I... I wonder why it's not spawning. I'm shooting myself. What is going on? There's no impact particle. That's strange. Alright, let me delete this. Interesting. Run out of bullets, I think. Try with this whip. I'm seeing something. Might. No, that's just. Wait, what is that? You see the flash on the ground? What is that? Am I like, is my bullet hitting the weapon? Because if I disable this, wait, what is that flash? This shouldn't be a flash. Is that the tracer particle? Interesting. Honestly, I don't know why. I don't know why this is acting up. Oh, wait. Actually, I don't know. Let me just let me see if this does something. Oh wait, am I using server side rewind? I am right here. That's why it's not working. I didn't set the correct I'm an idiot. The projectile class is being set dynamically, right? So this is the server side rewind projectile that I needed to set it on this one. And this is when there's lag and stuff, it is using this projectile. Right, when there's lag, it uses server side rewind, which basically gives the server authority over determining where the hit happens. Right, so like, of course you know about that. You running around the corner and getting killed. That's the server side rewind, basically. And this should work now. I'm shooting myself. Wait, did I compile? No, I didn't compile. That's why it's not working. Let's see. All right. So that takes care of that. We can. Okay, it doesn't take care of it. Wait, does it? I don't see any impact hits. Let's try again. I'm gonna try one more time. Just because I changed the variable name, it's acting up. Interesting. This is the server side rewind that I set. Projectile. Yeah. I set both of them. Let me print now. This was unexpected. Okay. Server side rewind is now false. Now it's true. Okay, I don't want to get stuck on this this error. This is obviously an error somewhere because I set both of them here, but it's not being recognized. So and right here we're using both of them. I should probably change the names. Actually, I'll do all that later. That's not really important. I don't know why it's not I don't know why it's not, the impact particle is not spawning. Actually, I think I do know why. So it's saying this is invalid. This is not valid. Let's see. A U particle system component. I'm setting it equal to this. I did change. Let's see, projectile. What is this inheriting from? Let's go right here. Impact particle. Then we have projectile bullet. Calling super, and then we're doing this. We're destroying it. We're calling super, which is spawning this. This is very strange. I don't know why. I hate these errors. Something that was working before, just you break it by accident. Let me try playing. I'm on client right now. Let me try this right here. You know, I don't think this is the problem. Oh, there we go. So the bullet's not even, it's not going. Is it not hitting the wall because there's no collision? Because I just saw the impact particle on myself. But now I don't see it anymore. The hell? I saw it once. Let me, that was weird. It popped up once and then stopped. Okay, now I see it. Okay, so it's only happening on the server. And then it stops. As soon as I hit myself, it doesn't happen anymore. So I gotta fix that problem. The bullet hits me. My own bullet hits me when it spawns. See? The impact particles are there, but then they stop. Interesting. See that? The bullet hits me, so I gotta figure out. a way to stop the bullet from hitting me. Yeah, so it's working until it stops working. Why does it stop working? Interesting. Okay, I gotta figure out. I gotta stop this bullet from hitting me. I actually do have to fix this right now because it's a problem. I don't need to be hitting myself. Where's the weapon class? I think I need to go to projectile weapon, but let me just make sure. Only spawning. That's right. It's not happening on clients because I'm only spawning. Hold on. Let me not speak before I'm sure. I don't remember what I wrote. I'm pretty sure I'm only spawning. Yeah, I'm only spawning the projectiles on the server, and that replicates. So let's see. So we're on the server here. Otherwise, we're not on the server. Oh, we're spawning from the bullet pool. Okay. The problem is not spawning. Wait, let me make sure that doesn't reset. Yeah, I put 90, so I have enough bullets that I'm pooling. Problem isn't pooling the bullets. The problem is where the bullets spawn from. Let me move that forward a little bit, or I can set them the collision response to not hit the owner, so I don't commit suicide by hitting myself. Yeah, let's do that. Set collision response. Can I do it? I wanted to ignore. I wanted to ignore the owner. Set collision response. Actually, before I do that, let me comment this out. So gotta make sure that everything works before I even make sure the collision, make sure it works without, what am I trying to say? Make sure the collision is the problem before I modify it. You see, it's still hitting me. Did I finish compiling? Yeah, I did. Let's see. Bullet projectile, collision box. Is that collision enabled? I'm gonna put no collision instead. See, this problem wasn't here before I started developing this weapon customization system. Since it's different weapons, I think I need to spawn it forward a bit more. Let's see. Why is it still hitting me? Like, is it because of the way I'm setting it up? This is obtain and prepare. Let me see how I spawn them. Hold on. And I want to move this right here. Am I setting any of the properties here? I'm setting no collision. So they're spawning without collision, right? Bullet projectile. So commenting this out should, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna exit out of Unreal Engine. Okay, I'm gonna exit out, and then I'm gonna do a fresh build from code from C++, because I don't think some of the things are updating. Like in the editor, when I change it here, I don't think it's updating in the editor. So this shouldn't be I shouldn't be damaging myself this when I shoot now, because there's no collision. So let's open up the engine again. And pretty sure it'll work now as intended. I won't damage myself, but there also won't be any impact particles because there's no collision. Okay, just waiting for this thing to load. It's taking a sweet time. There's so many things I want to do today, and it sucks because I plan to do stuff and then I get stuck on something I didn't even plan on getting stuck on. Well, I guess you never plan on getting stuck, but I plan to do a lot of different things and then I get held back by something that. And actually, I'm gonna go to a different level. I'm going to the firefight level. Let's wait for the character to finish loading. Asynchronously, if you look at the top left, you can see Unreal Engine loading all the assets for the character and assigning them, and then garbage collecting what's not used. Alright, so okay, see, it wasn't updating, that's why. Everything's good now. There's no collision. That was the problem. I'm spawning too close to the character. The bullet's spawning too close, so that's why it's hitting me. And there's no impact particles because of course there's no collision. So I need to spawn the bullet a bit before, I need to spawn it further ahead. So I'm spawning it right at the muzzle. How do I set the collision to ignore the owner? Is there a way to do that? Because I don't want to keep hitting myself. Let's see. Do they have a function for that? What does it say? Ignore actor. Ignore actor when moving. Wait. They have ignore actors. Ignore actor when moving. Get move, ignore actors. Clear move, ignore actors. How do I set it? I want to set it. Let's try this. Let's see. Where's the owner? I try owner. Because I'm setting the owner up here. And B should ignore true. And let me move this. Right here. Okay, I think I don't know if I'm gonna have to restart the editor again. Oh no, nice, see? Nice, problem solved. Now we got the impact particles and we're not hitting ourselves. And we could try this on client and we should see everything working. What was happening before is we weren't seeing the impact particles and stuff because it was only happening on the server and the server was destroying it, the bullet projectile, as soon as it hit us. And when that happened, the replication never happened. So now since we're on clients, and destruction isn't happening, it should work. Yep, and we should be able to hit the other player. Nice. I have to fix the collision on the other player, on the weapons. You see them flying around everywhere. Where did I spawn? Oh. Nice. Problem solved. Thanks, Lord, for the wisdom. I can't wait till I get some playtests going on this joint. It's gonna be so fun. Shine. Alright. So that's fixed. Now we can move on to the next. Yes, now we can move on. Let's see. What do I have to work on next? I'm trying to think of what I wanted to do next. I can... Oh yeah, the thermal vision. I wanted the thermal vision to be like distant based, right? Because if we, ah crap, I can't edit the character on this level. I have to go back to the other level. I didn't enable editing on that level yet. Um, so wait, I just need one character for this, so I don't waste resources. Yeah. So basically, the thermal vision, um, it works regardless of how far away the respective heat source is, and I don't like that. I want it to basically only show like characters or heat sources that are not too far but not too close. And this is another error I need to fix. You see like the weapon's loaded, right? And I click on editing this scope asset, and we see that it shows that I have an LPVO equipped. But when I click that, this should be highlighted and it's not highlighted. See that? So I want to fix that before I do the thermal scope modification. To do that, go to custom. Where is it? It should be here. And here. And where am I doing it? Let's see. I think, is it this one or this one? No, it's this one. Wait, no. Yeah, it's this one. And wait. It's this one actually. Yeah, it's this one. So let's see. Yeah, right here. Okay, so this is this probably looks like some dark magic to you guys. I'm basically just setting the grid. I'm setting this thing right here. Right here. That's what's happening right here, basically. And then when you click on it, when you click on whichever one you want to equip, it reconstructs it with the new like assets, right? So okay. So let's see. I want to print this and make sure I'm reaching this line, because I should be getting the correct weapon profile. Sugar honey iced tea. I forgot to enable debugging. Alright, let's go back. Okay. Okay, so when we click on this, it works. We see right here, it works. When we're on this screen, it works. Right, because we're only looking at the sites. So it works here. Then when we click on this, it doesn't work. So I'm setting it here, but I'm not setting it. Wait, is this using the same grid? I don't know if it's using this. I think it is. Hold on. No, 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 no. Dang it. Because it's gonna print infinite. Actually, yeah, let me just do that. I basically want to see, because I don't remember. I want to see if this is the same, if it's using the same grid. I'm not sure. Okay, that's expected. Now, when I click this, I only expect to see two exclamation mark prints. All right, so it's not using the same grid. So it's not here. It has to be right here. Yeah, I'm using this one right here. So I can close this. Yeah. And okay. And this is where we select the respective asset. Oh, that's why it's, wait, hold on. No, no, that's correct. Hold on. So let's see, yeah, see, the asset name's not the same. That's why it's not setting it. Let me print. It should show the correct name. I don't know what kind of music is playing, but it has to go. Let's see. Okay, see LPVO Gen 1. It shows it right there. And then let's see what this one says. Oh, there's no name. Interesting. There's absolutely no name being set. Am I not setting this? Hold on. So I should see this and LPVO Gen 1. Oh, I'm not setting it right here correctly. Yeah, I'm not setting it correctly. Switch on this. And what we're looking at is a LPVO. I don't have LPVO on here. Rear sight, holographic sight, optic sight, red dot sight, scope sight. Where's LPVO? I don't have LPVO listed. I decked it. Oh man. LPVO should be right under holographic, right? Yeah. Dang, what kind of mistake is that, man? That's terrible. What the hell? Excuse my language, guys. Yeah, it's right here. I didn't include it. Did I, man. That's a mistake on my end. Yikes. But I'm doing the same thing on all these. Why am I even doing this? Why am I doing it this way? If I'm gonna set this regardless. Oh, right, because it's a for loop, so I only want to do it once. That's why I'm doing it, but yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Where is this? Customize a weapon asset type. Where is this declared? Am I passing this in? Yeah, I'm passing it in. So it's a for loop, so I don't want to set this every time. I mean, I guess I can, cause wait a minute, am I tripping? Why is this oh no, I'm not doing the same thing. I'm losing my mind here. I was even looking over here. They're different. I am tripping. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. I missed that. Oh gosh. I can't believe I actually I didn't include, I missed the enum right there. It should work now. Yep. Problem solved. Let's see what else. Let me see if everything else is working. Suppressor. Yeah, it's working now. I missed it. That's terrible. Alright, 2 problems solved. So pat on the back. Wait, I didn't delete that string. Dang it. Where's that string? Alright, there we go. Okay, what's next? What did I want to work on next? Oh yeah, the thermoscope. Let's just save this temporary weapon. I'm gonna have to. So I also want to implement that when you save a weapon, a pop-up appears that says, "Do you want to equip the currently saved? You want to equip said saved profile, right?" So we save it and it pops up, and then, so because right now I have to save it and then I have to equip it. I have to load it. So, and I also have to enable first person. And then I need to restart the editor, not the editor, but how many players we have, so that we can do this correctly. So I'm gonna put this right here. Put this right here. All right. Now, I want to basic thermal pros. Yep, this is it. Yeah. So I basically want to. So I want it to be distance based. Basically, the further away the heat source is. Hold on. Hold on, guys. All right. So I'm back. I had to help a family member out with something. Okay. So this needs to be distance based, which means that when the heat source is far away, I want this character that's emitting the heat to be like dimmed like the environment. You see how the environment is kind of blue and the heat source is bright. I want the characters like color to almost blend in with the environment the further away it is. So I basically want the character's material to be the same as the environment. And to do that, let's see. Right here, I need to put something right here. I need to edit it right here. Before I composite it, I need to create a. How am I gonna do this? All right, let's see. I'm gonna name this thermal fade start distance. A scalar parameter, and I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna call this one thumb rule fade end distance. And what I want to do, okay, how do I want to set on? I basically need to scale these down to be this value. This is the environment value. Trying to think of the best way to do this. How do I want to scale it down? might just duplicate this and I'm gonna linearly interpolate this one. By this one. So I want to interpolate between these two, and the alpha will be where do I want to I think this one right here. I could use this saturate node just to drive the alpha. I'm not sure. Wait, is this? Yeah, alright. So what I want to do is, it'd be nice to just use like, create that right here. Like this. Wait. Because this, I don't want this to be hidden. Okay, this is going right here. This is going right here. Close that. So I was using the same, like, the same node. Just for readability. Right. Sloppy. Whatever, I can't do it better. So this is gonna go here, and then I'm gonna drag this out here, and I need to make this neater somehow. So I'll do it this way. And then from this linear interpolate, I think I'm gonna replace, yeah. Then from here, this is the distance fade linear interpolate. I'm gonna connect see. Do I still need to do this? I don't think I need to do this anymore. Let's just try this. But these two values, I need to set them somehow. Okay. So these values need to drive. Okay, I need to subtract these from. What do I subtract it from? I hate materials. Where is? Probably like right here, but I'm not sure how to subtract it. But I'm pretty sure after I subtract it, because I'll be blending this value, which is basically the heat color, to this one using this linear interpolate. I think what I'm having problem is setting these values. I don't want to do this in C++. I want it to just be a fixed value. So yeah, I'm not gonna set this in. I'm not gonna create logic for this. I'm just gonna so okay. I want to see what this looks like before let me do this real quick. That's definitely not correct. I need a new one of these. But where do I connect this? Scene, texture. Dang it, I hate materials. Okay. I'm just gonna create a new one. See if this works. Scene. Wait, is it? Yeah. And so this determines like the distance from the pixel, the distance the pixel is away that's being rendered. And actually, let me see. Scene texture. I think this one, I think I need a scene texture instead of this one right here. So And I can set this to scene depth. I think I can. Yeah, I can. So I don't need this one. This one returns a boolean. I need these right here. And then can I let's see. I'm trying to get the RBG from here. Can I not get the RBG from here? Dang it. Alright, anyway. I'll come back. If I can't, if this doesn't work, I'll try a different approach. Okay, let's try this. We're gonna connect this one. And we're gonna subtract. I guess subtract this from here. And we're gonna subtract it. We're gonna subtract this start distance. I think this will work. And then I'll create a different one. And we're gonna connect end distance to A and the start distance to B. All these nodes, I hate nodes. That's why I hate blueprints. It's so messy. I'm trying to not lose track of what I'm doing. And then divide. I'm gonna divide divide this by this. And then we need a, guess I could use this one. Wait. Let me just duplicate this for now. And then need another. Now we're on a linear interpolate. Actually, let me move all this. This is it's getting messy. I just want to look at it without all these wires going everywhere. What the hell? Oh, great. Alright, there we go. Now I need another lerp node. And this, actually, I think I could use this one right here. Right? Yeah. And Yeah, let me do this. And I don't need this anymore because I'm gonna use this saturate. Yeah. Oops. I mean to do that. And this right here, what is this connected to? Oh, I guess I can leave this. I hate how messy these things are, man. Like, trying to be neat. Screw it. Can't be helped. No neatness allowed. And what we're gonna do is just to make this a let's see. Just helps me think better when I can see when I know where things are going, man. Right now it just looks like a mess. Connect this one right here as the alpha. And then this one, it's not being used. Where is it? Where's the character? Oh, is it working? Oh shoot. Where's the character? Oh, it is working. Nice. Alright, but I need to fix the distances. Let's try. So for let's try something like 1,000. Okay. Why is it green? What's up with the green? Let's try something bigger. Let's try like 14,000. Oh. Okay, that green, I don't know why that green's there. So we got part of it working. I think I need to break this. I think this is the problem. Let's try something like 1,000. Right. Oops. I broke it. Oh, I switched weapons. That's why. The secondary weapon, I didn't set it yet. I just need to use the how do I just use? I need to get just the RGB from this. The R from the red. How do I just get the red? That's not it. I don't see it. What the hell? It's not here. How do you break it? Let's see. I'm missing something. Wait, is this it? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that connects it straight to that. Alright. Is there a mask I can use? Oh. Okay. Let's see if this works. I connect this to here and I just get the R. Why is everything green? Why is everything green? Something's wrong. Let's try like. Yeah. So close, but something's up. This green is messing it up. Why is it green? I'm not using the green. Gotta figure out why this I don't see why it's the background should not be green. Am I hold on. Let me try this. I don't think this is gonna do anything, but it's gonna invert it. No, that's definitely not it. This is correct. I just need to get rid of this green background, man. I'm trying to do that by just getting the I don't see how I can. I don't even see why it's. Oh man. I think I might come back to this. I don't want to get stuck on this. I'm not the best with materials. It's just the background that's green that's messing it up. Is it using this one right here? Yeah, it's using the wrong value. Trying to see if it's still gonna fade. The aim down sights is where is the character? Yeah, it is. So it's fading. I'm just using the wrong. Okay, so that was. I'm not using the value from. Yeah, see, it works. It works as intended. It's just using the wrong value. It's setting this without using this value here. I need to use this lerp. This value here needs to be. It's not driving this for some reason. Oh, I'm not using this. This needs to go. This needs to be connected to that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, I'm such a scrub. I'm telling you, I'm a scrub, man. These mistakes, they gotta stop. Yeah. gosh. And let me get rid of this. I don't need this to. All right, we can go now. Yeah. So that's nice. I like that. I'll just leave it like that. That's good enough for me. I need to write the notes for this. I put 7,000 here. And oops. This one. I'm just gonna put a quick note. Fade out. All right. Okay, nice and neat. What's next? What is next? Right, I can assign the reticles for the other scopes next, I guess. Actually, let me do this. Let me do the same thing for secondary. Wait, wrong class. And we need to get the tracer. So we're gonna use pistol. Yeah. It's the tracer. What is this? Yeah. And impact particle. For now, I'll just set it to metal large. And what I want to do is I want to move these out here. Wait. Yeah. And then do the same for this one. So the projectile for this is gonna have to be dynamically set. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dynamically set this one. So let me actually move this back as well. To be consistent, I'm gonna move these back. Alright, so what did I want to do next? Oh, there's so much to do that I don't know what to do next. Let me save everything. And, whoa. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to let's implement first person, I guess. Well, let me compile this first. So when I zoom into the scope and aiming down sights, I want to dynamically set the render opacity for the character, but I don't want to implement that right now. I'm trying to think of the important things I need to do. I just want to get this weapon customization behind me. Kind of tired of working on it. I want to get on start working on sounds. So I gotta decide what I want to do. I guess I can assign the reticles. No, I'm not doing that on stream. That's boring. Like the tuning and stuff of each reticle. I'm not doing that on stream. It's gonna be really boring. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. I can close these. And I can close this, keep this open. And is there any bugs I need to fix? Let me check to see if everything's loading correctly on the other character type. I need to find the game mode. And crap. Oh, right. I modified the materials. So I need to delete this. I'll just delete this as well. Delete this. Delete this and delete this. And then I need to regenerate project files. And then build. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to work on after this. Right now I'm just checking to see that the correct weapon is loading, rather than the correct weapon is an equipable asset is highlighted on the respective weapon loadout when you enter the customization screen of the weapon. After that, pretty sure it is because we fixed it earlier, but I just want to check on the other character class just to be sure. After that, Honestly, there's so much that I can do, but it's like I don't want to do anything else right now. Uh, I want to do at least one more thing before. If I'm gonna get off, I want to do one more thing. But what is that one thing that I need to do? I want to do something. All right, I'll do the blending into first person. So that like when you aim down the sights, you don't see the character's head mesh, because that's kind of messing it up. And then when you start sprinting, I want the character to basically not be in first person. I don't want you to be able to sprint in first. No, I'm not gonna do that on stream. I just do the head mesh, setting the material, render opacity to 0 as you zoom in and zoom out of first person. And I'm thinking about doing that with a delegate, like broadcasting a delegate with a timer, with a time duration of how fast the material should be blending in and out. So yeah. So much to do. So much to do, brother. Still gotta work on the cloth physics of the items, the weapon items. I mean the tire. And I don't know why this one has no clothes. The underwear, something's missing. See, I don't know what weapon is this? It's the FAMAS. What is that? This is missing. Let's see. It's missing something. Let's see what which asset it's using. That's not even the correct weapon, man. Wait, am I tripping? No, that's the FAMAS. Yeah, that's definitely the FAMAS. Why is the wrong weapon loaded? The hell? I haven't shown the correct. Oh. Hold on. I think I know why. Let me I don't know which one it is. Which scope is it? This looks like a... Oh, it's the one with this thing coming up the top. I don't know. Let's see. It's this one. Let's see if it's... I think it's spawned... Is this... I don't know if this is a saved profile or not. No, it's not. Let's see if it spawns with the correct one. Because the weapon is here. This is the one that's supposed to be on the body. Okay, it's spawning with different weapons, man. Like, the weapon is here, it's supposed to be on the body. This weapon is supposed to be the one that's they're holding. Let me try oops. Oh, I deleted that by accident. I don't need it. I don't want to do that. I'm going to delete the saved weapon profiles because I think it's corrupted. And I'm gonna retry it. It's spawning with its own weapon. Like, it's spawning with a different weapon than it's supposed to. Okay, this weapon's supposed to be the one that we see over there at the weapon loadout. At the weapon bench. That better be the same weapon, man, because this is another error that should not be. Yeah, alright, it's good now. And it has a hollow short sight. Just make sure. But it's a different color. Or am I tripping? Hold on. I don't need to keep doing that. Let me is it a different color? No, it's not a different color. Alright, thank God. Ah, thank God. I thought it was another error that I had to fix, man. Oh gosh, thank you, Lord. I was sick. I was gonna be sick. I need to fix this aiming down sight. Let's fix that real quick. Oops, music stopped. We definitely need music. I'll play this afterwards. Let's see. We have this one. This is the asset. So to edit this effectively, I'm going to put this like this, and then go to the combat component, and I'm going to set this to run on tick, just so I don't have to keep aiming down the sights. Just waiting for it to compile. Oh, there we go. Now I need to fix I'm gonna copy like this one just for now. Wait. This is the right scope, right? I think I did the wrong thing. Wait, hold on. What am I doing? I need to copy this right here. I did. Unless I'm not looking at the right scope. Nah, this isn't the right one. What scope is this? Crap. Oh gosh. Okay, I gotta comment this out again. It says Hollow Short holographic site. Hollow Short. Am I looking at the right one? Is there another Hollow Short? Let's try Hollow Micro. No, Hollow Short's right here, but the name is... This one doesn't have a space in it. And this one has a space, unless I removed the spaces. I don't remember. What the hell? Look. Hollow Short. That's that one. Oh, there's two of them. What the fuck? Excuse my language. Why do I have two of them? That's strange. Are they using the same asset? Yeah, they're using the same asset and everything. Wait a minute. I want to use this one, which means I can delete this one, right? Is this being referenced anywhere? Let's see. No, I'm not even using this one. But this one, if I delete this one, yeah, this is the one I'm using. Great. Now when I press play, I'm gonna have to pick I think it's the LPVO scope. What the hell? This the Bren. Where's the scope? Oh right. I didn't. This one doesn't have a scope right now. Okay, I'm not gonna do this right now. Otherwise, I'll keep tuning each weapon, because each weapon is gonna spawn with something different. I can do this, but I just want to do at least one weapon that has a scope. Oh, this one has a scope. This looks like an ACOG scope. Let's see what scope this is. I'll just do this one and then I'm done for this tuning crap. Or rather, let me just set a weapon loadout that I spawn with all the time, so I don't have to keep um. Actually, yeah, I will set a sniper. Yeah, sniper sounds good. Let's do car 98. And it looks like a nice. We'll do this one. And then I don't need a flashlight. And compensator or suppressor. Oh fuck! Excuse my language. I accidentally pressed escape. Uh, I didn't mean to do that. We'll use this weapon. Screw it. This is a MPV1. Optic for a submachine gun. A nice one would be something close range. Put hollow short and put a laser on there. Suppressor. Looks nice to me. And yep, I will just save it. So this will be the weapon that we load with, so we don't have to keep tuning every single weapon. And I gotta fix the sight. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, the hollow short. Yeah, this is the sight. And I can re-enable this so I don't have to keep aiming down the sights. Just waiting for it to compile. Alright. And for default values, I'm gonna just copy. No, not this one. I'm gonna copy this. The hat of the character is getting in the way. The character's hat's in the way. Crap. It looks good, but the character's hat's definitely in the way. And I need to actually. Let me just take the character's hat off, cause no, I can't. Dang it. Damn. Cause this character has there's like an error with the character. The hell? Unreal Engine froze on me. Nice going, Unreal Engine. Very nice. It's because I selected the character, and the character's pretty heavy. I need to optimize the blueprint. So I'm just gonna switch characters again. Actually, so stick this character. I'm just gonna set to. I want to set the material of the character. When I go to first person. Okay. This is a sniper rifle. I didn't set the settings on this one yet. So I need to set a weapon on this character class. And then we can work on like zooming in to first person and making the character like head mesh and the hair not visible. The hell? Look, it has a different weapon, man, than what's spawned. That's not supposed to happen. I don't know why it's doing that. I deleted the... Wait. The hell? I know this one's set, so I'll just leave this. So, for some reason, the character spawns with a different weapon than it's loaded. So, I gotta work on. I gotta like set the character head mesh to not be. What the hell is that? Something sticking out of the weapon. Oh. Wait, what is that? What the hell? The barrel, it has the wrong barrel. I didn't switch the barrel from the other mesh. That these errors are not supposed to be here. I think I need to actually do this because things are broken. Yeah, I'm not gonna save that. Yeah. When things break that shouldn't be broken, it's just better to restart the whole engine, man, because something's broken in there. And actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this again. All right. Hold on, guys. Have to go help a family member. But before I do that, I just want to make sure shit's loading correctly. Fuck, man. It's not. Wait. Oh, that's the wrong character. Excuse my language, guys. Please have the right weapon, man. Please. That looks like the right weapon. Yeah. Okay. Wait. All right. What the hell's wrong with the? Look at this fucking weapon. Excuse my language. Look at the weapon, man. Like, what's up with that barrel? Yeah, this is discouraging. I don't want to mess with these errors, man. These errors were right here just a few minutes ago. What the hell? I don't want to mess with this right now. I'm not feeling it. No. But I gotta figure out what's going on. But my family, look, it's not even here, so let me just generate a random weapon. Okay, I'm gonna save it. Then I'm gonna load it. And it's still there. What's up with that barrel? Something's wrong with my logic. No, nothing's wrong with my logic because it was just working. I didn't change anything in the logic with the character customization. Right? Let's try a different weapon. Wait, I just saved it. Now let's load it. Okay, it's not. Something's up with the P90. It's a test P90. It has a barrel on it or something? No. I don't know. Something's up with this test P90. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Give me like a few minutes, guys. I actually want to figure out what's going on with that P90. For it to not, I don't know why it's loading with a crazy looking barrel. What the hell? I don't think I put a suppressor on it. Oh, it does have a suppressor. Alright, well, I loaded correctly this time. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what the problem is. I think I know what the problem is. Hold on. I think I didn't update the character data asset that holds all the weapons, unless it's using the same one that the customization character is using. I'm not sure. So let me check it out. It's gonna take a minute because it's a heavy character. I need to optimize the character class. There's a lot of stuff in it that doesn't need to be here. Oh, it's done. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, it's using the same one. Wait, I'm using actually. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I didn't. Yeah, can't talk right now. I don't need to be looking at the character. I need to be looking at the weapons. I don't know why I went to the character. I need to be looking at the weapons. The weapons are here. So primary weapon. Right. And it's using yeah, they're using the same one. P90 should be the only one here. Yeah, it's using the same one. So why is it that sometimes this thing loads with the wrong weapon profile? It didn't this time, but if I delete that, It's a P90. Crap, I clicked the character again. Every time I click the character, it lags because the character's heavy. Still waiting for it to load, guys. Oh my gosh. Man, come on. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Jeez, man. Okay. This looks like a KS1. Yeah. It's loading with the right weapon this time. That's the KS1. What I can do, so I don't have to keep going back and forth, is I'll just spawn right here. That's the same weapon. It's the same weapon. Alright, it seems to be working. see it doesn't spawn on the back of the character when I'm too close. And yep, but if I go far away, it works. Alright. I said I was gonna implement the head tuning, but I'm kind of tired of like working on this right now. I think I'm gonna do this like later. But basically I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to when I spawn this camera, which happens when I aim down the sights. If it's already spawned, I just activate it. There's a transition time right here. And I'm just gonna pass this transition time into a delegate that's gonna be on the character attribute component, which is, I'm gonna broadcast the delegate here with this transition time, and the character attribute component, which is in charge of handling the character's attributes, such as attire and what character type it is and all that stuff, is gonna use that transition time. It's gonna be bound to it's gonna be bound to the delegate that's broadcasting this transition time. And once that transition time broadcasts and the character attribute component receives it, it's gonna basically count down and tick that transition time and use that same transition time to set the render opacity of the character material. When the transition time is less than or equal to 0, that's going to be disabled in tick, and the character's material will be set. And then when you exit out of the scoping down the sight, aiming down the sight, the same transition time will be broadcasted here. Right? Because when we go to deactivate, we have a transition time that's being used right here. So we're going to broadcast it here as well. And then it's going to take a boolean, which is be visible, be enable character visibility or whatever, and then yeah. So I'll do that, next time. I don't want to work on this anymore right now. I did resolve some errors, so I can go ahead and push these fixes. I didn't do too much during this stream, but oh, I forgot to delete this. But I wasn't even supposed to be streaming today, so a little work is better than no work. And before I do that, let me make sure all right. So you guys are updated on my progress. Last time I said I wasn't going to stream again until after this weapon customization is complete. I'm going to say the same thing this time. I am not streaming again until the weapon customization is complete. Because now all that's left to do is like tuning the sights and handling, aiming down the sights while like running and in cover and whatnot. So it's pretty tedious work. I like this site right here. This site is pretty massive. This one doesn't take any. Oh, I didn't set the materials on it. But yeah, that's what's left. And when I'm back, we'll be working on. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna do sound on stream. I'm not gonna promise that, but I mean, I'll probably do it at some point. Gotta fix this camera transition. Put a suppressor on this bad boy. And actually, this will be the last one I do. Actually, no, I'm not doing it. I'm getting off, guys. Alright, thanks for watching, and take care. Drink plenty of water, guys. Get plenty of rest. Stay safe out there. Be wise with your decisions. And don't forget, all the praise and glory be to the Father, God, Lord, and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.